All right, what's up? It's Joe and Jess back with a number. What is this?
How's it going? I think this is the third one. So the first one was like, what is an Alexa skill? How do you like use the template? The second one was using your awesome TypeScript template. And then I've been coding now.
Yes.
And then I committed that to the repo, which we'll have in the show notes. And I pushed that up and you pulled that down, which is what we're looking at. And now you are going to do some cool stuff.
Yes, I'm going to do some cool stuff. And let's see if I can do it right. But basically what we're going to do is, come on, my screen is acting up. So right now, the way we had everything working, we had the skill package here using pretty much having to go in and write out your in-us.json, and it's just like a JSON file. So what we're going to do is actually switch from this JSON file and write a TypeScript file that will actually build this file. But the reason for
this is kind of rough, right? Because you're dealing with the strings and everything, and
yes,
it's gotta like match up with the names in your code and all that stuff.
Yes, and then using a TypeScript one, we can import whatever packages we have, and then you get all of the IntelliSense. So it just makes things a lot easier. So, and I am using Vim.
I'm excited for this. Anytime we can have more TypeScript, I'm all for it. I don't care what it is.
And since the last time, I've actually installed Copilot, and I got it working on Vim. I've been inspired. Thanks, Jess. Now I don't know if I can go back.
Yep.
I feel like it's amazing.
Now you're stuck with $100 a year.
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
I can always stop paying Netflix and just. So first I'm going to go ahead and add a file. I'm going to add it inside of the Lambda folder. So I'm just going to call it build interaction model.ts because it's going to be a TS file. And now that I have that added, I'm just going to just put it on the side of this so we can see everything. I'll close
So this, what you're adding, you added a TS file.
Yes.
Into here, but this isn't like a module that you're going to be importing at runtime or anything. This is that you're going to be building out a script, right?
Yeah. Oh, I probably should have said that. So the purpose of this is once this file is built, we're going to go inside our package.json, and then in there, we're going to actually put a command here to run that file. So TS Node can basically convert that to JavaScript and put it in the same location of where the in-us JSON file. So pretty much just overwrite this file.
Yeah, cool.
So we're going to go ahead and... So first we need to import some packages. So let's say import... was it from... No, I think it is... Is it core? No, it's not core. It's something else. SDK controls. There we go. That makes more sense. So there is a control interaction something model generator, and we'll probably need the Amazon intent as well. Okay, so that's just the first two things we're going to import, and already Copilot is trying to tell me what to do, which is pretty cool. I'm going to take that, but do one thing. So here we're just basically creating a new control interaction model generator. And then from here, we're going to actually start building out all of this stuff. Pretty much this is the in-us JSON file that was hard coded. Now we're going to start building it out.
Okay, so at this point right now, we have an object in memory that is basically the right-hand side with nothing in it. It's just an empty JSON object pretty much, right?
Correct.
Just interaction model, and we gotta add some stuff in here.
Yeah, so I think if we were to use it right now, it'll just be this. And then this will be empty.
Sure. Makes sense.
Okay, so we have a dot. And first thing we need to do is, if you look to the right, we need to do an invocation name. So now, since we're using the control interaction model generator, we can do with invocation name. Well, not slot name. Copilot is correcting for me, and I didn't want that. I got to get used to using Copilot, but I still like it. with invocation name, it's not going to be called my skills. We're going to call it Mr. Math. And then now that we have that, now
so we got a nice little DSL here that's just a lot of functions that we can call. So we're building on.
Yes.
So with that, now you basically added what's line 1 over there on the right on the ENJS.
Yeah, so we just added this one here.
Yeah, cool. All right.
And now we're going to start adding the intents. And the good thing about doing it with the one on the left side, it has .add intent. And then, as you can see, Copilot is already trying to help me. But I'm going to not really take it right now. I'm going to say something like this. And then the name is going to be pretty much how we have the name to the right. It's not going to be help intent right now, but I'm just using that to, that was Copilot filling it in. But in this case,
we could use this.
Yeah,
right?
we could use it.
Yeah.
Because we do have a help intent to the right.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to keep it in the same order. So in this case, I can actually do Amazon.fallback intent.
Right.
And so you don't need any samples for that. So right now, this matches this.
Yeah. Can you turn the line numbers in on the other one on the right?
Oh, you mean like just keep them like this?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that for you. I had relative numbers on. All right, I'll keep.
So we're up to line 8 basically is
Yes.
what we're looking at here, right? We added that at 10. Okay, cool. And so now you talked about TypeScript and getting rid of these magic strings, which I hate.
Yes, actually, so the Amazon intent, I think it may have something for fallback intent. Let me see, Amazon. Yes, perfect. Thank you for bringing that up.
Fallback intent.
Looks
Okay,
a lot
awesome.
cleaner.
Yeah.
And
so we had not only getting rid of magic strings, we actually have autocomplete there.
Yes.
We just have all the intents. Can you open up that dot and see what do we have on those Amazon intents? We got a lot of.
We have cancel, fallback, help, navigate home, which is a lot of the ones we have over there. We have stop. So there are a lot of built-in ones for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
And then we could always, if we have some that like our custom ones, we can always build out our own custom model, and then we can just like call it. So we still don't have to worry about using the strings and stuff.
All right. So now Copilot's going to just finish the rest of this.
It might. I mean,
let's see.
I feel like Copilot is like, I just hope, okay, it's going to be a little side conversation for a second. I just hope Copilot doesn't make me a worse, like, I don't want to lose my skills, because I feel like I worked hard to get these skills, and I don't want to become dependent on Copilot. So I have to make sure I don't become dependent on it.
I've been running it for 6 months, and not remotely have I found that it's helped a lot. There have been times when I'm too lazy to figure out a chunk of code, right? Some kind of algorithm that I just don't really care about, or even like a regex, right? Instead of building a regex,
Okay. You
can literally say, why don't we take just put a couple lines here. We'll do it live.
Okay.
Since you have Copilot. Literally just write a comment, so // and say a regex that matches any number. Sure. It's telling you what to do. So just hit enter.
Okay.
And then just get rid of the comments.
Okay.
And then give it a second. Maybe you can start doing like consts reg equals whatever, right?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting. I mean, that is pretty cool.
Dude, this is a one-liner. You can literally say like, write me a function that searches a file for the phrase X or whatever, and it will write out that function, right? So it's stuff like this. Like, could you have written this yourself? Absolutely.
Yeah, but it just takes a while.
You'd have to think through it, figure it out, where the matching things and all that stuff, right? But then you just literally write a comment to say, do this for me, and it does it for you.
Or do you feel like it makes you a better programmer in ways, like teaches you stuff, or do you feel like everything it does you already know?
Not much. Sometimes. Sometimes it writes something that is I want to say less efficient, but less readable. I don't know, or more readable than I would want to do. Right, so it'll write it out in a different way than is my style.
Gotcha.
And so I'll just kind of take what it did and just kind of refactor it so it looks like what I want. And it's a pure refactoring, right? Both of them work exactly the same. I'm basically taking what it gave me, but I'm just making it look like I wrote it.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Like it's something that I want, right? So yeah, no, I've got nothing bad to say about it. It's made me a faster developer. It has not made me necessarily a better developer. It's just made me a faster developer.
I do like to go fast.
Yeah.
So far I'm liking it. Yeah.
So try it out here. Do it. Go add intent.
Intent. Okay.
And then
I get to hit tab here, right?
Hit tab.
So I do have I'm just going to take the help intent.
Take it. Yeah. Let's take it now.
And just see what else
it's not the right order, but hit tab. Just keep hitting tab and enter.
So can do I have to hit tab here, or could I just do that?
No, go to the next line.
And then do dot. Intent.
You probably didn't need to do dot, but yeah. Sometimes it needs a little push.
What?
There you go. Hit tab.
All right. All right, there's a cancel. Different order, but same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. There. So let's see if it's gonna come up with. So it's not recognizing the dot.
Nah, you want to do a do a dot.
Okay.
There you go.
Stop. Wow. Okay. Scary, but okay. I mean,
what's next?
I was thinking I was going to write this code, but apparently
no. We're just going to let it write the whole app for us. Come on, what do we do next, there, Copilot? Here we go. Here we go. What are we doing? Get home. That's the.
But I think that is
right?
it actually is in there. Let's just go to this side to see what else is in here. Just navigate home.
Navigate home. There we go.
So right now we just need a hello world intent.
What's next? Hello world.
I guess it doesn't.
Come on hello world.
Say hello world.
Come on, hello world.
Oh.
Add intent.
Oh, dude, that makes sense actually.
Dude, yeah. So look, it's looking at our domain, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Math. So add intent. Just keep going. Keep going. Let's see what happens.
I wonder if I change it to something else, would it make something else? But we'll go with this. Add intent.
Keep
okay.
Going.
And
add
it has
intent.
samples.
Hey, look at this. Add 1 and 1.
So if I'm talking, so if you're playing a game and we're saying we want to add 2 numbers, add something to something, and num 1 would be a slot and num 2 would be a slot.
Yeah.
Which we haven't talked about slots yet. But
keep going. Keep going. So what happens now? Well, it's going to do it with slots here. Let's see. It'll just do our slots for us.
Do I hit?
Keep going.
Yeah, it's making the slots.
Okay.
It's a type of number. And then it's going to have to do this is so crazy.
It's writing code we haven't explained yet.
Yeah, we haven't even got this far.
I can't wait to do slots, by the way. All right, so what's the next one? So go to the... Let's do the next one. Add intent. What's the next one? It's going to be subtract.
Think so?
Subtract intent.
Why do you... because he just did add, maybe?
Betting money, yeah.
How much you want to bet?
I'm betting all the money that's in my pocket right now. All the cash. Let's see.
Right, I'll bet all the cash that's in my pocket too.
All right, hold on. I think I've got $2. $2.
Right. I don't have any cash in my pocket, but I'm betting.
It's a cashless society.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That is pretty cool. So off subject again. Where are they just like looking? Is Copilot just looking into people's GitHub code and pulling?
Dude, I don't know. It's AI, right? So like ChatGPT. What's ChatGPT doing, right?
Yeah.
But yes, I can only imagine. I don't know. I have no idea. I can only imagine it's looking at obviously GitHub, because GitHub is the one that runs Copilot. It's their product. Right. So GitHub is the #1 source code repository in the world. Any source code that matters lives there. So it's going through there, but I'm sure it's also going through, Stack Overflow and stuff like that. But I mean, this is the interesting thing about me. When I first heard about Copilot, before I even used it, what immediately came to mind is, do I want to use the average line of code that's out there? Right?
Gotcha.
Because as we all know, the average line of code kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not making any judgment on other developers. Like, the average line of code that I write kind of sucks, So like, do I want to copy that? But you asked me, I've been using Copilot for a long time. How's it going and everything? Is it making me a better developer? In regards to writing good code, I mentioned before, it might not write the code that like I would like personally write the way I would write it, but I have not seen it write bad code.
Okay.
Right? It is sometimes kind of formulaic and not like, natural or elegant or whatever, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Many people would think that's a good thing. I don't necessarily like that or prefer that, but it's certainly not a bad thing.
I mean, it is really cool. I kind of wish I would have been using it before.
Yeah.
Here's
a great example on the screen. Look, here's a great example on the screen, right? Like
what are you looking
line
at?
40, line 44.
44 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm only assuming, I don't know, I'm only assuming there is a TypeScript type that has this, right?
Oh, yeah. Basically mean that it could have just did something like...
Right. So the code...
Yeah. Oh, it does know about it. Are you talking about that?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
It's funny. It knows about it, but it didn't use it.
So, but now, hold on. So change the one on line 40. So it looks at the code on the internet, but it'll also follow your lead too.
Because it is... Oh, wait.
So now go and do the next one.
Maybe it's not a thing.
Oh, so I think it's...
Wait, it's not an intent. It's not an intent.
Yeah, Amazon. It's uppercase Amazon. There was another type on there. Yeah, that one. Is it on there?
Oh, come on.
No. Amazon. Yeah, that one. No. Where'd it go? Oh, it's all uppercase. Yeah. That?
Is that it?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Why is it not?
Do you have to import it?
Maybe it's not called Amazon.
Hold on, let me see. Let me Google it real quick.
Or maybe it's called like slots. Maybe because it's like a slot, right? So maybe there's like a slot something here. Slot.
Oh, it's definitely Amazon, uppercase Amazon. Let's see. Come on.
Oh, built-in slot type maybe. That went in. So Amazon. I think this is it. There it goes. Got it.
You got it.
Amazon built-in slot type.
Built-in slot type. Okay, cool. So that's good. All right, so change that one on 44. Why don't you go ahead and change the one on 26 and 30 also, just so we're consistent.
Oh, I don't have relative numbers on now. I'm getting confused. Okay, so now you're saying that if I...
Go and use Copilot to add a new one. Let's see. This is where I'm not going to bet as much money. I'll bet $1 that it's going to do the right thing.
Oh, come on. Okay, multiply intent.
So multiply.
Samples.
Slots.
Come
on, Copilot. Don't do me wrong. Come on.
All right, here it goes. Let's see.
Here it goes.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Did it.
Boom.
That I like that. So basically it follows what you do. And I guess it didn't import it before because I never imported the type. So it didn't even know about it anyway.
Right.
And now that everything else is that way, say, okay, well, this is what you're doing. Let's just mimic that. That's pretty cool.
So Copilot right now, just in this recording, has maybe $3. So I only need to do this a couple dozen more times to get my my $99 back.
So I'm just going to do it one more and see what it does. And then I'm going to go and I guess manually add the hello because I guess it doesn't know about that one. So, and I still don't have any money in my pocket. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pay you.
That's okay. I take Venmo. It's fine.
I don't use Venmo. I do use Zelle.
If you got a bank account, you got Zelle.
This is pretty cool though. See, I think it's kind of scary.
You get used to it. Look, man, AI is taking over, right? Like you can either be scared of it or you can embrace it. But
I am embracing it because I think it's cool, but I also think it's scary.
I mean, they'll kill us one day. It's fine. But until that day comes, they're going to make our lives a lot easier. It's great.
They have a set intent, but this time I'm going to switch this to a hello intent.
So this okay. So now we're getting back to trying to reproduce what we did here. So hello world intent.
And then we need samples.
So we got samples. So it says hello world.
So this time we're just going to go ahead and copy these samples over here.
Okay.
So I don't have to type them out.
Cool.
And then I need to close it. And then do that. What did I do wrong? Hello world intent. We got the samples. And then...
No, you're good. Just no comma at the end.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All
right, so
cool.
we have everything that we have over here, plus some other stuff that we can use at a different time.
Cool.
So now that we have that, I can get rid of this, because we've already pretty much seen that now. And now we need to add something in a package.json to actually build, well, to run this. Basically, TS file to get this file to replace this file.
So this is all built in memory now, though, right?
Oh, yeah. So it'll be built. Well, once we do the script, it'll be built in memory and then just overwrite this file.
And then where are we writing? Where are we telling it to write out?
Oh, you know what? I missed a step.
Okay, so at the end of this, after we added all our intents, now we have to say what we want to do with it.
That is true. Because right now it wouldn't do anything. So there's a bill. Let's see if it's smart enough to do that. So bill and write. This is someone I need.
And now you're going to tell it, open the quotes. And we're going to tell it, okay, so it knows the name of the file or guess the name of the file, but that's not where we want to go.
And also not the name of the file.
Yeah.
Because it should be n-u-us. Now I'm just waiting for all the time to see if it's going to correct me. So we need to point it to the skill package.
Skill package.
And then we need to go inside the interaction models. And then custom.
Yeah, so we're just going to overwrite this ENJ.us. So we're going to, when we're all done with this video, we're just going to add this to our git ignore and just stop committing it, right? Because we're going to just generate this every time. Yeah.
So now that we have that, we need to go into package.json. And what I'm going to do here is just create a new script, maybe call it build interaction model.
Yeah, build model. It's in short.
And then what we're going to do is say npx TS node. We have TS node already installed. And then we need to run the script. So it's going to be build interaction model, which is this. All right, so the build model is going to use npx, which is that installed for everybody? npx, or do I need?
Yeah, that's pretty standard now. It's so npx is it executes a module or a command in a module, right? So npx ts node is the module, and it's just going to execute that. npx is standard in comes standard in npm.
Okay, so I used to have to. I think I used to have to install this before. Like I think I used to have to manually install this. But that's good to know.
You definitely used to, but now I'm just kind of Google. You keep going. I'll Google this.
Okay, so npx, and we're going to do TS node, and then the build interaction model. And then one more thing is probably should also add this to the main package.json for the root. So we can also run this at the root. So we can say build model and say cd skill lambda. And oh shit, I mean, I gotta cut that out. I just got like really Copilot just really surprised me just now. So I don't know if you were looking. Did you see what just happened?
It just auto completed the build model?
Yeah, it did. That was pretty cool. I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah.
That was whoa. Okay, interesting.
That's pretty standard with Copilot.
How many
So, well, for all of the great things I could say about Copilot, the one thing that does get me a bunch is, and in here it's a little. Well, no, this is actually a good example. Sometimes it might have auto completed that or auto suggested build dash models.
Oh, okay.
Right, or build modal. Right,
Okay.
with an A instead of an L. Right. And so it sometimes recommends those little changes. Now, in this example, it was probably smart enough to like go into your other package.json and see the actual task name, and that's probably where it came from. I'm guessing. I have no idea. But that's where when it's just totally guessing and giving suggestions, it'll sometimes give those kind of suggestions, and they're really nefarious because when you're just eyeballing it and trusting it, you'll just accept it. And then it'll just blow up, and you have no idea why, right?
Yeah.
And the error will be like, oh, there's no task called build modal, right? But you're looking at an A instead of an E, and you're just like, why? There is, right? It's build model, right? And
so when you work with Copilot, do you always like make sure whatever it tells you is correct, or do you just sometimes
more or less,
I
don't trust it blindly anymore. Right.
Okay.
And I'll check for those things. Like when it just auto completed build model, I'll make sure it wasn't build modal or build models or something like that. Right. I'll just double check it.
I'm glad you said that because I could see myself getting to the point where I'm just like assuming that it's always right. And then like spending 30 minutes trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah. It's really nefarious in like JavaScript. Like if you don't have good type checking, like you're not using TypeScript and you're using JavaScript, and it does that, and then it's like, oh, build modal is undefined, and you're like, no, it's not, it's there, that kind of thing. But
so anyway,
that's actually been happening less and less. That was a real problem when I started using it last year in the preview, but that's actually been happening less and less. I don't know if they've fixed it or I'm just watching it more or both or what, but
probably getting better with it.
I'm sure it's getting better.
So right now I'm in the root, and I'm going to run the script npm run build model, which if I did this correct, it should overwrite the n-us.json. And the way to verify that, if we go in it, it should have a bunch of new stuff that it didn't have before. So npm run build-model. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. No errors yet, so that's a good sign.
Boom.
No errors. This has been updated. And if we look here, we have all this other stuff. So now we have our intents. Yeah, it has an invocation name, which is similar to what it had before. We have the intents. And we have like the add intent. We have the samples here. We have slots. So it just makes it a lot easier adding stuff, because now you get your typings and you can do a lot more stuff with this, and it just makes it just so much easier, because now there is no really trying to figure out what I need, and you'll know if you have the wrong thing because it should tell me, like it should error out there. Yeah. So you can't even really make a mistake. I mean, you could make a mistake, but you'll make a lot less mistakes here than doing it the other way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is awesome.
So
you're getting rid of magic strings. Even the magic strings that we still have, like line 25, like our custom intent names, we would probably take the next step and actually turn those into constants that we can refer to in our code and here, right? Just to make sure that because there still is the opportunity for like a misspelling in between our code and this one, and we want to get rid of that. But we can go back and do that at another time, right?
Yeah.
Going back to the NPX, it looks like it was introduced in NPM version 7.24.2, which was somewhere in late 2021.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a couple of major versions old now, and it's been around for a couple of years. So pretty much everybody should have it if you're relatively recent.
That is good to know, because I did not know it included it. So happy about that.
So let me try something here. Let me take this. So I use this a lot, this npx TS node, right? So you can write your scripts in TypeScript and then use TS node to run them, and then use npx to run TS node, so you don't have to like install it globally. Because I don't know about you, but I have a rule that I don't like to install anything globally.
Yeah, I just I probably should have that rule, but I just I don't care.
So let me try. Well, I don't care either. I don't care that it's global. I care about staying up to date and all of that stuff.
Gotcha.
Right. So it just all of my globally installed stuff is just like many major versions old, and I just don't keep up on it. Right. Whereas it's a lot easier when you do an npm install and you're getting a relatively recent version.
A good point.
Pretty much every time. But let's try this. So let's rewrite this. So delete the npx ts node part of this and just call this like a regular script. Well, don't actually call it yet, but that's we'll do this. So
delete
now,
this. Okay.
No, leave that. So we're gonna call that and go and then do a chmod and make this runnable. Make the ts file runnable itself. So let's turn this TS file into an actual script, is what I'm looking to do.
Where is it? Okay.
So chmod plus x.
Skill, lambda, this. And just for the user or for everybody else too?
Oh, yeah, everybody. I just do plus x, but whatever. Yeah, build interaction model.
I want to do everybody else and build. So
all right, and now go into the TS, and just like you can do like a hash bang bin sh or something like that for a shell script, there you go. So tab that out. Look at that, Copilot did it for you.
Yeah,
tab that out, and instead of node, we're doing TS node. Save that.
What isn't it like about it?
Run that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now just call that file like a script, or run the npm script.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Damn
Actually, run the file as a script. Don't even call this, because when you run stuff in an npm script like this, it actually runs it in the npm like namespace or whatever. This you don't even need that. You just run it. So just do dot / build interaction model just right here. Oh, well, you got to go into the
like this.
Yeah.
No such file. So it doesn't like TS node.
So what do I have installed that you don't? Because this works on my machine. Let's see. You have TS node installed in the package.json or no? Maybe for all of that talk of installing globally, I have it installed globally.
All right.
Try and install it globally. See what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, and my version's probably like 3 years old. npm i-g.
-g. I just want to see if I have it.
Yeah.
What do I have in here? Oh, so I don't have it. I have a bunch of stuff in here though. So npm install ts node global
-g. Yeah. All right, now try and run it when that's done.
All right, so okay, so here we're gonna say like this, right?
Yep.
Oh shit,
Boom.
That's pretty cool. I never knew that.
Boom. Boom.
Whoa.
So
wait, got an error.
What's the error? A path issue? No. Skills package. Yeah, it's a path issue.
Why did it do it?
So why don't you ch into the directory and run it from that directory? So ch into skill lambda. Or ch into skill, I guess. Yeah, try that. Run that. So I don't. Oh. Yeah, that's not a problem with TS node. That's a problem with the way we're doing pathing here.
So let me just see if I delete this.
Joe and I were talking about this before. I've been working in Node for I don't know how long. Probably not 10 years. Probably less than that. But like I still don't know what path it's going to write to, and we have a path name like this.
Did it do it?
The way that Node resolves paths is kind of.
Oh, that is cool. It definitely did it.
Yeah, good. So that means your script's going to run too, because your script is running. I think,
running
in the
from
right
that
path.
location.
Yeah. So now try and run the npm. So do the npm build model. And let's test that out
Let's just move this again.
It doesn't matter, right? The way that you wrote it, totally fine. It would have totally worked, right? npx ts node would have used the local version of ts node that you have installed, which is actually what we really want.
Okay, so here.
But this is another cool thing.
npm run build
dash model, yeah.
So that should just run the.
It should, unless the path is weird here. It should be good. Yeah, there you go.
Dope. I like that. So you're saying that one here is using the local. So if I were to remove TS node globally, this should still work?
I don't know. We should try that.
npm.
That's a good question.
Install.
Right. You're referring to what I said earlier about when you say npm run, it's running in your local node modules. Yes, that is absolutely true. Whether that is true for the EMV, I don't know. That might be going in your global. Let's give it a shot.
Sure, I removed it.
So do the npm run.
Just make sure it's going. Okay, it's not there.
Hold on. I'm gonna run that command too and see how old my version is that's globally installed. All right, let's see.
How do you learn that? Doing it that way? Because I've never seen that before.
My TS node version globally installed is 10.8.0, which I think is at least 3 years old.
Oh.
Two things. One, I was aware of that. I've seen it before. I don't know how, but I've seen that the original one that Copilot kind of auto completed for you.
Okay.
So I was aware of the concept. I've completely forgotten it because I haven't used it in at least a couple months, if not a year or so. But I do use it relatively frequently for like scripts, right? When I'm building out scripts, instead of doing that npx ts node run the thing all the time, if I'm running a script a decent amount of time, I'll add this to the top so you can just run it as a script. So it's a lot nicer. Yeah, it's a lot nicer for when you use your own, like you're building your own like utilities and stuff. This was totally gratuitous in this example. I definitely wouldn't do it in this example. Yeah. I would just do npm run, just like you had done.
But it is good to know, though.
I took it as an opportunity just to like show this off because it's super cool and it's super useful in other scenarios. But I completely forgot how to do it. I even completely forgot the user bin env command. The only reason that I remember is because Copilot. I knew that you could do it. So I went to my file and I typed in #bang and it auto-completed. I'm like, yep, that's what I was looking for. It did. I had the same exact experience as you. It auto-completed with Node, and I knew that I wanted to go back and do TS Node because I knew that I could do that.
That is pretty dope.
Yeah, no, it's a really neat trick.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Is it going to
install it globally?
Yeah. I hope it does work. It seems like it's working.
Like it is. Yeah, I think it would blow up otherwise.
That is cool.
Awesome.
Definitely just taught me something.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it just because I think it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. At the very least, you can leave it so you can go back and look later to see how to do it when you want to do it again.
All right. So now I also should be able to run this from the root. So let's say... I know you like pop D. Wait, is it empty? I'm already here? Okay. So now I should be able to run that same command from the root.
Oh, yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah, well, the first thing it does is CD into that folder, so you should be good. Yeah.
That is dope. I like that.
Yeah.
And if I look here...
Awesome. We're good, right? This is what we want.
Yeah, this is definitely what we wanted to show.